Hey guys, Chris again from ClassicVWBugs.com, and what you see behind me, 1965 Build-A-Bug project that we just completed for a client of ours. And I'm going to get behind the camera and show you what we did to this car and explain some details. And you could watch and see the full slideshow gallery of the restoration of this car from start to finish on my website. Just go to the Build-A-Bug section and click on Hughes 65 Ruby Red. Alright, I'm going to shut up, get behind the camera, and show you this little baby. Alright. So damn, look at that 65 Ruby Red. Holy cow. What a beauty. This car is absolutely flawless. This client signed up for my Build-A-Bug project probably over 2 years ago, maybe even over 2.5 years ago, and was on the wait list to get this car restored. At first he wanted to go with Sea Blue, and then eventually changed his mind during the course of the restoration, before paint, thank God, and opted for Ruby Red. And Ruby Red was a little bit of a problem to match in the very beginning. Thankfully, we did do some research, and a couple friends of mine who have the old school cans of Ruby Red still in the German Glaseret can had Ruby Red, and the cans were unopened for over 40 years, and that color was there, and Benny matched it. Benny from Renew Collision did an awesome job of painting this car. It's absolutely spectacular. If you did want to use Ruby Red on your Beetle, you can actually look up 1989 Suzuki True Red, which is practically a dead-on match. So if you needed a brand new color code or a recent color code for your painter, you can go with that. Now the client opted for the Euro bumpers, as you can see here, so no towel overriders here. But we still kept the overrider holes, so you see the overrider plugs there. So if he did over time change his mind, he could go with the overrider style bumpers. Now we went with the black fender beads. These are the German black fender beads. They're glossy. They're really nice fender beads that are on the market today. I know in these years the fender beading usually would have matched the car. It is tough to get those colored fender beads on the market today and to put on your restoration. So we always go with the black. I don't mind the black. It shows some contrast. It shows some division with your lines and things, and really nice. If you're going to go with fender beads, as I've stated in the past, go with the German fender beads because they have a nice shine to them, and they actually fit really nice without really any modification to add to them. So one of the things we opt for here at Classic VW Bugs is the stainless steel moldings on the bodies of our Beetles. I know this was not original. For Beetles out of the factories, they would have had more of an aluminum look, more of a flatter chrome look, but this stainless molding that has now been offered on the market for the past few years really makes these cars stand out. They have a nice shine to them, and actually the steel itself, the metal, is nice and thick. It's sturdy. It won't leave dimples. It won't leave fingerprint marks from pressing them on. I've seen them in the past. These aftermarket, the cheaper chrome, when they're popped on, when people press their thumb on the chrome to pop it on, you'll see then a dimple or a dent in the chrome. This won't happen to these. These pop on beautifully. It's a nice thick material. So I know it wasn't original. I know people sometimes criticize us for using those. And, oh, it's not factory spec. I am not necessarily always making factory spec, guys. I am making art on wheels, and it's just like what you see here. So if you're going to be showing these cars, we want these cars to stand out. We want them to pop. And that's what we opt for here at Classic VW Bugs. This client opted for radial tires with white walls. People ask me all the time, what radial tires do we use on our Beetles? And these are the Coker Classic Nostalgia 165 R15 radial white wall tire with 2 2.25, I believe, or 2 3/4 inch size white wall. Again, I know radials were not the standard. Bias tires were, but with these radials, let me tell you, this tire is awesome, and the ride of the car just levels out, and it's a very comfortable ride, very smooth. I have a 51 split window Beetle with bias tires on it, and it's a much more bouncier, rougher ride than if I was to put radials on. So this is what we get, and we always usually go with a paint the rim like a cream almond color. I throw a beauty rim on the outside of it, and then the hubcap, of course. So always puts a nice little bling onto the car, doesn't overdo it, and actually looks real nice. Quickly going around the side of the car, here's our German running boards that we get with the wide molding, which I always go for. I like those, they fit better. Let's go on the inside here, and here's our pal SoFine doing their magical work on our interiors once again. What you see here is a two-tone door panel. We've got beige vinyl with beige tweed insert, and the beige bottom as well. And she also wraps the armrest for us. And here's our beige two-tone interior. I'm gonna switch my light on here so maybe you can see a little bit better. And that's what we opt for. The fitment of SoFine's material is awesome. And what's great about SoFine material is that she also will sew a layer of foam to the material itself. So you have a little bit of foam already on the material to start off with. And then when you put the foam, 1-inch high density foam around the seat back and the seat bottom, really makes the seat feel very comfortable, and the ride more enjoyable in the end, So carpet, this is the gray beige carpet German square weave from Wolfsburg West that we got for this car. I got the correct mats, but these are the black mats. Originally would have probably had a gray, but the black mats really make it pop. And we always go with our parcel shelf, as you see there. When you go to shows, people always talk about the partial stuff. Oh, that wasn't a dealer option. Oh, that wasn't an option. Why did you put that in there? No, it was a dealer option. These things were always offered back in the day if you bought this car from the dealership. So if anybody asks you, that's what it is. That's what it was there for. So here's the dash. Basically, right now we opted for a radial delete. This car did not have an antenna. I do like the radial deletes, and to many people and to some purists, that is more collectible than having a radio in there. Because most people back then, if they did opt for any options on a Beetle, they would have opted for a radio. This has the radial delete, but this client is going for a radio as well, so that is eventually going to be coming out. If you follow the restoration on my website or through my newsletter, and you saw the pictures of me installing this headliner, this is the beige tweed headliner. I always like these cloth headliners over vinyl. I know vinyl was standard. It was the stock option back then, but the tweed, the cloth, really I think increases the value of these cars, makes it look more vintage to me, and just looks more higher quality, So, and that is matching the beige two-tone that you see here on the seats.